Hello everyone, I want to do some more pages in my usual scraps journal. You can see that this journal is nearly full now. Now this is the final week of the inspiration from around the home and garden, so I've pulled out a few bits and pieces that I thought might fit the prompt. I'm going to start off by using this wine label here. So that's just a wine label, and I find that the easiest way to get the labels off is to fill an empty bottle of wine with water, plunge it into a sink of warm water, warm to, warm hot water. And by filling the wine bottle first with water means that it sinks so that the label itself is getting submerged. Leave it for half an hour or so, and the label should peel straight off. Now I always find that they're really sticky on the back, so just pop it onto a piece of regular copier paper and just really bunch it down using a bone folder or a lollipop stick if you've got one, the back of a flat knife, and that should do the job. So that is my wine label, and you can see I've also pulled out a few other bits and pieces that I thought I might be able to coordinate with it. So I've got a few papers here. We've got a paint chip sample that was sent to me by my friend Kathy in Happy Mail, a doily left over from one of the Your Creative Studio projects, a postcard, wallpaper samples, and a blue doily here. So let's see if we can find somewhere for this to go. Now I did have somewhere in mind. This page here, I've got this cluster of blue and green pages that I've done, and I just thought the colours were just absolutely perfect for this, and size wise I thought it might be able to fill one of these smaller pages. So let's just have a look and see if we can pull something together. Don't like that. That's not quite right. In fact, actually, I'm going to save those two there. Wouldn't that look beautiful for something? So maybe I can find a focal image to go on that. So let me just pop that off to one side. We've also got this. Let me just fold this in half. Could we maybe have that on there, something like that? I'm not really sure the blue goes. We've got this piece of wallpaper here. You see, I like that. I've also got this paint chip sample, so I'm just wondering if we can maybe have a cluster, perhaps like that. I've also got this piece of flock paper here as well. Does that one look better? Oh my goodness me, it's got to be one of those, and I'm not sure which one. I'm kind of pulling towards this one here because I think the colours go really well. You see the colours of that one go really well as well. Oh my goodness me, now I've got a dilemma. I need something else to go with that. So I think what I'll do to start off with, let's chop this paint sample down just so that it fits the page. So I'm just going to trim this off on the paper trimmer. Now I'm just going to pull this out of the journal and just pop this to one side. Just because I've got so much business going on in the background, it's making it really hard to decide. Perhaps I can fold that over there as well. So now that I've cut that paint chip sample down, that's easier to deal with. And I really like that wallpaper sample there. Like that. You see, that's lovely, but I don't know, that one I'm pulling towards this one here, and I just think that goes really well colour wise with that paint sample. My nails even match. Now I've also got some of this lace, plastic lace here that I had from Your Creative Studio, and I'm wondering whether I can perhaps use some of this as well just to pad out my page. So let me just cut some of this down. Let's grab some scissors. So that needs to be cut there like that. And I think that's going to look really nice. I'm just going to trim this here as well, just so that it's symmetrical. There we go. And I think I like how that's going to look. So I'm going to start off by sticking that down first. Now this tape is sticky back, so it should peel straight off. Here we go. So let's pop this down first. Let me stand up to do this so that I get it in the right place, about there. I think that will just add some nice texture. And then I'm just going to overlap there like that. I'm going to use my art glitter glue to do this. Here we go, just a small amount. There we go. That should do there. Pop that on. And then I've got my piece of wallpaper, which I think I want to go in this orientation. And I'm wondering whether I should perhaps ink up my wine label as well. I've also pulled out some of this glittery washi tape that I thought I might be able to use as well. So if I can find the end of it, here we go. Let's see what this looks like as well, because maybe we could have a bit of this here. You see, I do kind of like that as well. Let's cut a little piece off. Let's trim that. Now this is going to need some extra glue. This washi tape is really old and it's lost its sticky. So let me just peel that up, and I'm just going to add a tiny bit of glue to that. But let's have that on there as well. Why not? And stick that down. And this is going to be a really simple page. I think sometimes, you know, just a few simple bits and pieces is all you need. You don't need to overcomplicate things. And then that's going to go there, and my wine label on top. So that's my first page. Now I've decided I do want to ink up my wine label. So let's just use some frayed burlap just to go around the edge, just to frame it. Just a small amount, not too much. Yeah, and I think that looks better. And you can see as well that I decided to round the corners of the wine label as well. So let's just add a small amount of glue to this, and that will be the first page done. There, that should do it. And we'll have that there like that. And so that's my first really simple page. Let me just press that down just to make sure that glue grabs. Let's just put the lid back on the glue and pop this back in the page and see, back in the journal, and see what it looks like. I'm going to keep that little scrap there as well, because that might come in handy for something as well. So that wants to go back in the journal there. Yep, I like that page. And I just love as well that all of these blues go together really nicely. Now, I did also pull out one of the Tim Holtz Chit Chat Words, Inspiration, which I think I'm going to add here. I love this piece of Miller Harris wallpaper. Is it Miller Harris or Farrow and Ball? I can't remember, one of the two. So let's just ink around the edges of that just to get rid of the whiteness. Where's my glue gone? Let's add a touch of glue to this. And I think that's all that page there needs. So Inspiration. Now, where do I want that to go? Up there or here? I think here. Inspiration. And I think that looks really cute. So I just need to find something now to go on this page here. Now I've also pulled out this image here, which I thought would go really well on the right hand side. So again, let's just pull that page out. And to put that together, I've pulled out these pieces here. I've got this piece that I thought would make a really nice background. And this is just a piece of one of my eco-dyed pages that was photocopied at some stage. And then I've got my little focal image here. Now I think I'm going to turn it this way round. just because I've got an idea for something to go on the right hand side. I do think I'm going to ink these pages up though. So bring back the ink just to make it look a bit more dramatic. And I've also got these white bits here which I want to get rid of. So if we ink this, you'll never know that we had some rough edges. So that will go there. I do think I want to ink this as well. I can tell that this is a photocopy because I've got a line down it here, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. Let's ink this up as well. Yeah, you see, I like that. That looks much better. And then do I want to ink this here as well? And do I want to round the corners? I don't think I do on this one here. Let's keep this one square so that we've got a bit of contrast. So let's just do this. And then I'm just going to stick these pieces down. I think I'm going to whiz this off to the sewing machine as well, just so that we've got a bit of stitching to add some detail. I've added my stitching. I think that looks beautiful, and I'm just going to glue that down there on top. So let's pop this on. Tiny bits of this fabulous glue. Which way round did I want that to go? I wanted it there like that. Stick this on as well. And so 2 really quick and easy pages. And I've just got something to the side which I want to use as a focal image as well. So let me just make sure I've got that the right way up. So that's going to go there. And then I've got a tiny butterfly which I thought would just add a touch of detail. I'm just going to bend that up. I'm only going to add the glue to it there. Where do I want that? About there. And I just need to draw on some antenna because they've got lost along the way. And I'm just going to use a fine liner pen just to draw those on there like that. So that's ready to go back into the journal, and that's that spread now finished as well. There we go. I'm really happy with how those pages look. So we've got the little quote there, and then these 2 pages here. Now I know that I'm not the only one that just collects random bits and pieces and sees interest in all sorts. I've got this olive branch here that I cut out of a plastic bag. Alex went to Borough Market a few weeks ago and brought me back a beautiful bottle of olive oil, and this was the bag that it came in. And it had this design on the front and the back, hence I've got 2 of them. So I sat there a couple of days ago, fussy cutting this out, and I think I'm just going to glue that onto that gold background there. Now glue wise, I think I'm just going to use this glue again. Now this is going to be tricky. Which way round do I want it to go? It definitely wants to go that way up. Oh, hang on a second. Now is there a front and a back? I've got a feeling actually that this is the front. I think it is. So the glue is going to have to go on this side here. So what I'm going to start off by doing is, if I can get the glue to come out, is just putting a bit on each of the leaves like this. This will dry clear, so I'm not worried about that. Let's have plenty down the vine, and why not? I just want to save that memory of the olive oil that Alex bought me. I must go and get the bottle because it came in the most gorgeous bottle. So there we go. Let's see if I can glue this on now without making a horrible big mess. Let me just hold it like this. It's kind of floppy and difficult to deal with. So I think I'm just going to have to flatten this out underneath a heavy book for a while. Need to move that down as well. So let me fiddle around with this, and as soon as I've done that, I'll be back to show you, and then maybe I can find a quote or something that I can add, just to add a bit more interest to this page. So that's glued down. I just need to wait now for the glue to go clear, which it will do in time. And I've just found one of the Tim Holtz Chit Chat words, sentimental, which I'm just going to add there just for a little bit more detail. So there we go, sentimental. Let me just put the pin back in my glue, and then I'll show you the olive oil that Alex got me. Let me just move that out of the way. Am I in camera shot? Isn't that just absolutely beautiful? Galantino extra virgin olive oil. I just think that's beautiful. So there we go, that is the bag that the olive oil came in. Now, carrying on with that sentimental theme, I've got this, which is an insert from a card that Sam and Alex gave me for Mother's Day last year, or maybe even the year before. And I'd put this to one side, and I've just come across it, and I think it will look absolutely beautiful opposite this page here. And that was the Mother's Day card that they gave me, and Sam must have put this on the windowsill in his bedroom, and it had blown out the window, and of course it's all dog-eared because I found it in the garden underneath one of the bushes weeks later. But I want to stick that there. I just love all these raggedy edges from where it's weathered in the garden. So I do need to cut this down to size. Now I do want to preserve some of these raggedy edges just as a reminder of what happened to it and where it came from. So I think the easiest way to do this, let me just grab another piece of deli paper. I'm just going to apply glue all over this side of the page here, and then just glue it on. So I'll just make sure I've got plenty of glue all around the edges, and I just want to make sure that I've got the whole of that flower in there. So let's just make sure that we get that to the top so that I can get as much of the saucer on there as well. So I think about there. Let's the good thing about glue stick is that we've got a little bit of wiggle room to make sure that that's in the right place. So I'm just going to cut the excess away. I'm really glad that I found that. Don't those pages look absolutely beautiful together? They're a match made in heaven. They just go together so well. Now I've also got this lavender soap packaging. Isn't that just absolutely gorgeous? I always keep these things because I just think they're too nice to throw in the bin. It doesn't smell of anything anymore. I've had this for quite a while, and when I have things like this, I just put them into a storage bin, and you know, I'll rummage through them every now and again and pull out things that inspire me at the time. Now I want to find a way to cover up some of this, and I've pulled out this die cut here. This was from the die cut set that I was using last week, the Do Crafts Paper Mania one, and I'm thinking that it will go quite nicely on this page here. So let's just pull this out and see if we can get this to fit, because of course I want to lose this part at the top as well. So it's only really this part here that I'm playing with. So I think that is that one of Louis' cat hairs. He's been on my desk again. So I'm just going to trim this down. Let's see how much of this I'll be able to keep. Yeah, I think I should be able to keep quite a nice amount of this. In fact, if I tip it over this way, let me just grab a pencil, make some pencil marks, and I'm just going to take this off to the paper trimmer, and we'll see what we can do with this. I've cut that down to size, so that's going to fit perfectly. I do think I'm going to round the corners again though. Let's just do that, and I'll probably ink the edges as well, just to make it stand out a little bit more. What have I done with my sponge? Here we go. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, that was a good decision, getting rid of the white that's just around the edges, and I'm just going to glue this down. Now this is going to be a bit fiddly because I've got a dimensional piece on the back, so it's going to be a bit tricky to do that. Let's do this first. I'll use my glue here let's just put a small amount all the way around the edges. And let's fix this into place. Oops. A little bit in the middle, not too much. And then let me just make sure that I've got it on the right side. So I'm just going to start off at the edges here. I think that's probably the easiest way to do it, and then just smooth it out. In fact, actually, if I turn it over this way and smooth it down, that's probably going to be a bit easier. So just make sure that we've got those edges firmly stuck down, and then let's just apply a bit of glue on here as well. And that's another quick and easy little page. I'm getting to the stage in this journal now where it's getting harder and harder, because of course I like to have pages matching. And of course I'm running out of things to use. So let's just pop that down. I just want to cover up as much of that branding as I can. Maybe have that a bit lower down. We've got a bit here, but I don't think you'd ever know that was there. I really like that. Isn't that cute? Let's just pop that back in the journal. So let's just slide this back in. And for anybody who wants to know how I made the journal cover and how I did these signatures, you'll find links to the videos in the description box below. So that's the cover of the journal with an elastic closure, which just makes it so much easier for me to slide things in and out. So that's that little cluster finished. Next, I want to do something with these two pages here. So let me just pop that off to one side. I want to do something with this postcard. Now, it's another one of the V&A postcards. I think this was sent to me in Happy Mail. But I just think that doily looks absolutely gorgeous. So I'm just going to start off by gluing this down. Now, I was asked a question the other day. How do you get delicate doilies to stick without unpeeling? This glue is just absolutely brilliant. This is the Art Glitter Glue. And you can buy these metal tips to go on the top, and it just makes it really easy to do fine detailed work. This glue is incredibly strong, so I'm just going to go right around the edge of the doily. I'm using a tiny amount of glue here, so I'm just going to go all the way around like this. I'll also add some to the side here as well, a tiny bit in the middle. So as soon as I've done that, I'll be straight back, and let's see if we can get this to glue down well without coming unstuck. We can add some glue to the thicker areas here as well, just like this. So I hope this helps and answers the question that I can't remember what the lady's name was. I did reply, and this was the thing that I suggested. So let's have a look and see if this will do the trick. So I want this to just go right on the very edge of the postcard here, like this. I might need to trim a little bit off, but if you just smooth it down really gently, this glue is so strong. It sets like concrete. I'm really impressed with it. And now I'm just going to trim these little edges away, like so. Just do this with my scissors. No need to do it on the paper trimmer, but this should hold that doily in place. Let's just pop those in the bin and have a look at this. We need a little bit more glue here, so you can just touch up where you need to. That should do fine. So I just need to find myself a focal image to go on top, but isn't that just beautiful? Now for my focal image, I've pulled out another one of these images from the Do Crafts Paper Mania set. I've just inked around the edges just to frame it, and I'm just going to glue that down there. So again, let's do that, and I think that's all that page needs. So we can stick this into the journal, and then I've got an idea for the opposite page as well. So let's just put a small amount of glue on there, pop that on. Where do I want that to go? that can go there. Don't overthink it, Nina. And then where was the page that I was going to put them? Oh my goodness me, I've lost the page. Here we are, found my page. Now to me that just looks a little bit too plain, so I've cut myself a piece of pink paper here to pick up the pink in the little daisy flowers here. I think what I'll do is I'll stick this down with a bit of glue stick, and I'm just going to take it off to the sewing machine and stitch around the edge just for a little bit more detail. So let's try and centralize this as best as I can, and I'm just going to take this off and I'm going to sew in fact, what's the best way to do this? I'll sew down here and try my hardest not to rip my doily. Phew, thank goodness for that. I can breathe a sigh of relief. I've managed to sew it without tearing the doily. The sewing to me just adds so much to that. So that's what it looks like on the back. And Dawn, if you're wondering, no, I still haven't changed my needle. Oh my goodness me, I'm going to have to do it at some stage. So that page is going to be glued on there. But I've got another page here for the right hand side. So let me just grab my bits and bobs. Now, I've had this calendar page set aside for quite some time. I just think it's absolutely beautiful, really pretty, and I've been searching for something that I can use to cover the centre. I've got this blue doily, and I think that's going to be absolutely perfect. So I'm just going to start off by gluing this down. Again, we'll just use the art glitter glue and just apply a fine bead right around the outside of the doily. And we can apply a little bit in the middle as well. That should be enough. Let's apply just a tad in these wider areas here as well, just to make sure that that's not going anywhere. And let's just try and centralize this. Try and get rid of, cover up all of those lettered bits. There we go, that should do fine. And then I've got this that I pulled out from the Do Crafts Paper Mania die set. Again, to me, that just looks a little bit lost, and I need to go and find something else, I think, to go in the centre. Let's just start off by inking it up and seeing what that looks like. But I do feel as if I need something else. You see, that looks better already. Bear with me. I've just pulled out this set of doilies. This was a set that I had from In Love Arts a long time ago. Let's have a look. Oh, this one here has bent over a bit. I've pulled out two different designs. We've got this one here with the leaves and this one here with the berries. Let's see which one looks best. But, you know, that's definitely perked it up, hasn't it? I think, you know, that either of these are going to work really well. I think this one here is going to be the best. So again, I'm just going to strategically put my glue down. This one's going to be a little bit more difficult. Let's move that one out of the way. Let's see, how can we do this? Again, you know, trying to answer that question I had last week. I think just using the fine nozzle, just apply a tiny amount of glue just to the very outside of the leaves, like this. So I'm just going to go around it. I can also apply glue here as well and a bit in the middle. So that's how I'm going to do it. I don't know whether you can see where I've applied my glue, but I'm just going to try and centralize this now. See if I can do this. That's about right. Try and smooth out those ones that have got a bit ruffled around the edges. You see, that's fine. That's good enough for me. And then we can just glue this little die cut down. Just a bit around the edges. And where does that need to go? Let me stand up to do this. I often find it easier when I stand up to centralize things. And I think that matches absolutely beautifully with the card that I'm going to use for the other side. Aren't those 2 pages just absolutely gorgeous? I love those. And you can see that I added a little bit of stitching as well around this one here. Couldn't resist. I've got one more page that I want to do. This page here. I've got this piece of wallpaper. Yep, it's wallpaper in a postcard design, which I thought would go really well opposite my squirrel here. Because I've got this other squirrel image. This was sent to me in Happy Mail. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off to the paper trimmer and just cut out my squirrel shape. This has come from a Dutch magazine. There was also this image here, but I want to use the squirrel. Now you can see I've cut myself a piece of burlap to glue my little squirrel down onto. I've also inked around the edges as well, just to hide any of my imperfections from my rough fussy cutting. So we'll glue this on a bit in the middle as well. So that's going to go down there. There we are. And then I need to stick that down onto my postcard. How do I want that to go? Don't overthink it, Nina, just glue it down. And the burlap will help tie in the other page because of course I used burlap for the squirrel on the other page as well. So let's just pop this on. And we need to glue this in here. Now, I don't like this tab here. It doesn't go. Let me just glue this on first, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do. I've got a solution. So we'll just apply a bit of glue just around the edges again. And a bit in the middle. And let me stand up. Where do I want that? That's about right. And then I've got this little disc. Again, this was sent to me in Happy Mail. And I'm just going to glue this onto the edge here like that. Let me just make a pencil mark though, because I don't want my glue going over that mark there. So I know that this is where I want to apply my glue. And I can spread this out with my finger as well, just to make sure that that's gone right to the edge. And let's just cover up that colourful one that just doesn't really match. Make sure I've got that wording straight so that it ties in with the other side. And I think that looks good to me. Well, I'm calling it there because otherwise this video is going to go on forever. Let's just have a flip through of all the pages I've done today. So, of course, this one here, that lovely Mother's Day insert that I've managed to get in. What else did I do? There was another one up here somewhere as well. Oh, I know. The olive tree page from the plastic bag. I love that. And you can see that the glue is nearly dry now. So that's nearly gone clear. And then I think all of the other pages are in this direction. Where did we start? Oh, there we go. So these were the first 2 pages that we started off with. I love those. Aren't they pretty? Then, of course, we've got these 2 pages here and my lavender page. So quite a lot done today. Aren't they gorgeous? Which page is your favourite? Do tell me which one you like the best. I hope that's given you some ideas as to how you can use junk and scraps and little, items that we collect, that we all hoard onto. I mean, for instance, the insert from the Mother's Day card that Sam and Alex sent me. But, if you've enjoyed today's video, as always, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. Do let me know what you think in the comments below. There is no video from Kylie this week because she's been feeling a bit under the weather, but we'll both be back next week with a brand new prompt and challenge for the Facebook group, the Mixed Media Emporium. And for anybody that wants to join the Facebook group, I'll leave the link in the description box below. But most importantly, thanks for watching. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.